The pruning mechanism running underneath all of it is brutally simplistic. Synapses that fire together, they get wrapped in myelin, which makes faster wiring for the connections in the brain that the brain actually wants to keep. The ones that go quiet get stripped. Experience is actively carving the brain's architecture in real time. The pruning arrives in major waves. Early childhood is first, then adolescence, and that's where things get genuinely chaotic. Up to about half of the synaptic connections in some regions get eliminated during adolescence, while the prefrontal cortex is still mid construction. The brain is simultaneously gutting old connections and building the region that's responsible for regulating all of that gutting. Timing matters enormously. The pruning waves respond to the environment, to stress, to sensory input, to sleep. Two brains with the exact same genetics can prune differently based off of just what they were exposed to and when. Some brains follow a pruning schedule that diverges significantly from what's called typical in the population, the average. Finishing earlier or finishing later, some even hold on to a denser network of connections over their lifespan. And somewhere in the middle of all of that sculpting, a network assembles itself. The default mode network activates when you stop focusing on the outside world and you start turning inward. It's memory consolidation in part, your self-referential thought, it's your imagination and your social cognition, it's your mind wandering, the brain's internal broadcast. And the DMN comes online relatively late developmentally. It's organizing itself through the pruning. What the pruning is doing for the DMN specifically is tightening the signal. It's reducing the noise so that the network can coordinate itself cleanly between the hubs. The medial prefrontal cortex and the posterior cingulate, the angular gyrus, the hippocampus, they all find their rhythm together. In brains that prune on a schedule that someone determined is supposed to be typical, the DMN develops a reciprocal relationship with what's called the task positive network. Focus outward, and the DMN goes quiet. But if you go inward, it activates. That rhythm gets carved in through the pruning process. In brains where pruning diverges, the DMN may stay more persistently active, or it might be more densely connected internally, or it might carry stronger crosstalk with other networks it runs alongside. The inward broadcast runs louder or at unexpected times or with more signal coming from unusual places. The downstream effects through attention and memory encoding, maybe how a person experiences time or creativity, and through social processing. The DMN is the hardware running the social simulation software. Self-referencing is the capacity to model what another person is thinking and feeling. It runs almost entirely through the DMN region. It predicts behavior, it reads a room, it imagines how a conversation will go before it happens. And when you're doing any of that, the DMN is doing that heavy lifting for you.